just missed this horrible accident, the second of its kind since I've lived here. The other one was down another block or 2, 3 further downhill. Trucks come in here on Highway 400 and they forget that there's a very steep hill here, and in this case he went into the median. I haven't been down there yet, but you can see right directly ahead of me where he clipped off trees and signs, starting right there, and below me there's a piece of the truck there, trees and branches gone. Look, this one here just snapped off. There's my neighbor Ivan. Ivan, ¿cómo están? There's a piece of the truck. There's a sign. You know, when I walk through here, I walk to the left out on the trail, but that doesn't mean I'm relaxed about it. I always am aware that there are cars, and cars go really fast. They're super dangerous. But look at this. He went right over this whole line of maguey plants, just shredded it. And then it looks like he went back out into the street. The tractor is separated from the, well, twisted from the trailer. I don't know if it's separated, I doubt it, but look at this. This is just insane. These truck drivers, they use Jake brake coming down through here. And that ought to tell you that it's like a mountain hill here. They need to enforce a slowdown. I mean, just behind me a block, well, maybe 2 blocks, is an actual, you know, a bumper strip. What do you call it? You know, when it's in the strip, in the street, a slowdown strip. A lady was killed here last fall. Was it October? She was walking and didn't see behind her a truck went into her. And I don't know the whole story, but I got the impression that she might have, well, looking at the site where it happened, I kind of deduced that she was trapped. If she saw the truck coming at her, she couldn't get away from him because she was on the other side of a hedge that prevented her from escaping. Now, I don't know that for a fact, but if I had been in that area, I'd have been killed too, because there just was no way for her to get out. So they've come down through here and took out a few trees. I mean, this could have been worse. He might have gone into the median a little farther to help himself. Hitting some of these huge stones would have slowed him down, and of course this tree would have killed him probably. I have a feeling that he's probably okay. He missed the majority of the big rocks, took out several signs, a pole, several trees, a line of maguey, agave plants. And there he's come to rest sideways. So I have a feeling his driving did actually prevent a worse accident, probably prevented other cars getting involved. I did see car traffic up in there that indicated cars were swerving to miss him, but no other cars seem to be involved, which is a miracle in itself, because cars are equally guilty of coming down here at high speed. I watch very, very closely when I'm here walking. I take the opposite side if I can, just to maintain some distance. And the reason I do that is because there's so much noise at times that you wouldn't know, maybe, if a truck was out of control. You may not know it. And you may not see it or hear it. And that goes for cars as well, because there's so much other traffic around it, and partly because this is the downhill side, but the uphill side over there is noisier yet because they're powering up the hill. It makes sense? Look at this. He could have gone into that building. This is why I don't walk on that sidewalk. People have asked, why do you take the extra effort to walk in the median here down through the park? And I tell them, well, because that sidewalk over there is just 2 feet from the traffic. No way am I going to do that. No way am I going to walk on that sidewalk. I've done it a couple of times when I've tried to catch a taxi. And I just am terrified of traffic being so close and so fast. There's a speed limit here, but they have trouble maintaining it. It's a downhill slope and people tend to race. Look at that pretty doggy. Well, they put up the tape, which is just after I walked through there. Well, this is going to take a while to fix. The other incident that I heard about, well, I came into it kind of the same way, but it was an accident that took all day for them to clean up. And in fact, a woman died in that accident. She was walking. And that's why here I'm very careful when I have to go around. He's helping there. Well, everybody's curious. You know, it's disturbing. These are people all around me who are here as my neighbors and well, they're joggers, runners, the guy on the bike there, and there's dogs everywhere, if you haven't noticed already. I must have seen 40 dogs already, because this is a very popular place. It runs maybe 5-6 miles, way up to the outside highway there that goes up into the hills, and then back down all the way to almost to the interstate. I've never measured it, but I've always said it's a good 5 miles, maybe 6. And so that's what you're looking at here. You have these trails for bikes and joggers, people of all ages. Old guys much older than me are out here walking, and grandmas and kids on their bikes, dads with their kids. Every age group and every kind of dog. There is a kind of dog culture here that I did not expect. And by that I mean every kind of exotic dog. Just really popular here in Querétaro. Well, I talked to a girl a while ago, and she said he lost his brakes, and I'm pretty sure that was an assumption, but you know, it's obvious. And right here you can see I'm already half a mile from him, and he was clipping off trees here. He managed somehow to miss this sign, but he got 2 more down there and took out this tree, and that big rock wasn't there before. And so this big tree here look at the stuff. I'm pointing into the sun. So if he had only hit a couple of these rocks, that might have, well, who knows. And I'm sure he didn't know either. He's going too fast and he doesn't know what's out here. What do you do in a truck when you don't have brakes or you're going too fast? He's very lucky to have missed that great big tree down there, or he could have been killed by it because it drapes out in front of him. He managed, I think, to pull back away at the last minute. I'm guessing, of course, I don't know. So far there has not been a fire or any kind of secondary damage. And as I said before, I don't think any other car was involved. Although I saw tracks that indicated somebody was keeping out of his way. Bomberos. I have just spent the last half hour talking to my neighbors, strangers, out on the park in my neighborhood there. And now this. Well, I was very glad to see the truck driver and other personnel down there. Nobody hurt. This could have been a huge disaster. In fact, the other accident I was telling you about last fall was well past this steep part, down on a somewhat flatter part out in front of Home Depot. And he ended up crashing into, he ran over a woman. I don't know the details, but later we read in the paper that her body was cut in half. Oh, geez. And then, because we don't know how she couldn't get away or didn't hear him, maybe had her radio on her phone. And ultimately the truck crashed into a concrete wall. All right. I think they can handle it from here.